Hey, so I needed to make a quick video because, yes, I'm aware that Liam has been found. Um, I need people to understand something. For one, I'm a human. I'm not perfect. I'm not God. I can't always give the outcome. I can only give what Spirit gives. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you rush things and to get things out and you don't completely try to find all the answers because you're just trying to put something out that is helpful. I did pull the pond card, but I did not receive my usual in water. Usually I see water. Usually I see a kid floating if they're deceased in water. I did not see any of that. I saw more, and the cards picked up on more of maybe his path. Maybe at one point he was in a shed. Maybe at one point he was in a car. Kids are very adventurous in that way a lot of the times. And a thing with autistic kids is they do like to find shelter and be somewhere safe. So who's to say that the reading did not pick up on any part of that path? As I said, the cards do that. Did pull the pond card, did not pull the in water card. Did pull the remains revealed card, but did not take it because I was not feeling that. Because the astrology did not even specifically point to water. The astrology actually pointed to a survival instinct. Um, and it all depends on when he was reported and everything. I only had one time to go by, and I think that was 5 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening. I don't force or filter visions. My role is to present the truth as it comes. If it's incomplete, even if it's incomplete, no psychic is 100%. Anybody that says they are has a problem. Um, and anyone claiming otherwise is not honest. Yes, my accuracy rate is pretty high when spirit gives me the information, but spirit isn't always clear. Sometimes the spirit hasn't completely crossed yet. So I can only give what I'm given. Sometimes they block out the end. They don't normally do that with me, but they did this time. So I need people to understand this. Just because you're psychic does not mean you know everything. You're not God. Period. And you have to be wrong sometimes. I hate to say that, but that's just the way that it is. I got up this morning. Did what I did. I got it the best that I could after having multiple days of not sleeping because I've been working on my house and other things have been going on. And I worked a missing child's case. I don't know anybody else that does that. And I do it for the right reasons. And I never do it to mislead anybody or mislead searchers. I give it for options to where other places can be looked at. I was shown Woods. I was shown JJ. I was shown Riker. Those are all ones that I worked that were in the woods at one point. Riker was 3 miles away in a shed. That doesn't mean the kid wasn't in a shed at one point. We don't know what the rest of the path was. My work has brought exact validations before, and anybody that follows me knows that. And I stand by my process. So respect dialogue is welcome, but accusations about demons or insults or, oh, you were wrong, or no, I'm sorry, this, I already know. Nobody needs to keep posting, he was found in a pond, sorry, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Like I said, I pulled the pond card. I just didn't pull an in water card, and I didn't see him in water. Normally, I'll see the waves of the water. I'll see the child in the water. I didn't see any of that. I can't force that. So I can only give what I'm given, and this is what I try to tell people. Everything has timing, everything has a way it's supposed to work out, and we're only given certain pieces of the case. Sometimes it's good pieces, sometimes it's not good pieces. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. But I still have to try, and I'm doing 99% more than a lot of other people out there. I don't see a lot of other psychics that jump on every missing person's case that they can to try to help. I go where I'm told, and that's it. And sometimes the energy isn't loud. Sometimes the energy isn't strong. That's just the way that it is. I don't ever claim to be perfect because I'm not. And I get just as upset as anybody else if I'm wrong. That's my ego. We all have it. And because I want to help so badly, and because I want to be right about it to help, I have a problem when I don't see things, when I don't see the ending. For whatever reason, I wasn't shown that. Who's to say? I don't know. I'm not in control. As people have to understand, I'm not in control, spirit's in control. I got to it too late, anyways. The energy was already settled. They obviously focused on a pond for a reason. I tend to see that, yes, a lot of um, autistic kids are drawn to ponds, but not every kid has been found in a pond that's been autistic. So again, I was seeing the surrounding area. I wasn't seeing him shown. I wasn't seeing him in a pond. I can't control that. It is what it is. So That could be why they were saying circle back. I don't know. 7 o'clock in the morning, not completely awake, just trying to help because I realize I'm 2 days late on the case. So anybody that wants to be nice and understand that this is how it works and that we're not God and that we can only give what we're given is much appreciated. Anybody that has anything mean or negative to say and expects me to be perfect all the time and expects the psychic to know everything, you don't know how this works. That's not how this works. It's not. Then blueprints wouldn't be played out the way they're supposed to. Contracts wouldn't be fulfilled. Karma wouldn't happen or wouldn't be fulfilled. That's the way that this works. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And I just try my best to help. Not leading anybody astray, not trying to put out wrong information. Maybe I shouldn't be doing readings at 7 o'clock in the morning and trying to force it to give you guys information. Maybe I should have just left it alone. But how many times have you really seen the information be wrong? It hasn't. The cards were still right. It still said pond. I just didn't see him in water. I didn't get an in water card, so I didn't pay as much attention to that. And that's my fault for not taking the remains revealed card because I wasn't feeling him deceased. People have to understand too, that energy is hard to follow. That's why I never like to say one is deceased or one is not a lot of the times unless I see it. If I see somebody that way, I will say it and then I will know. If I don't see them that way, then I don't say it. I didn't sit here and do an auto write. I didn't sit here and channel fully. I gave the visions that I received. I looked at the astrology and I posted it as fast as I could and pulled a few cards. That's what I did. Not as in depth as I normally go, just trying to put something out to help. It was wrong. Again, not perfect. Not every case I'm going to be right on. Not every location is going to be right. People have to understand how hard tracking really is and how hard it is to actually find a missing person. It's literally 1 in 99. Like it is not something that happens a lot of the time. And again, this is why psychics don't usually find people because there's other things at play. So that's all I have to say about this because I know people are going to constantly come at me for it and I'm not in the mood. I will just mute you and be done because if you're not here to learn and grow and evolve with me and understand how this process works, because I'm constantly learning and understanding and growing how this process works. And I'm new at the astrology, but still there was no water indicators to show anything like that. So the event chart didn't show that. So I would have questioned it, but I also didn't go very deep into it because literally I heard about the case, did the stuff, and I had everything up within 30 minutes. Maybe I shouldn't have rushed it. That's a lesson on me. But I was trying to help because it had already been 2 days. And I think people need to respect that. I think people need to realize how much time and energy goes into this, and I don't have to come up and try to help people. I don't have to come up and try to help kids, but I do that because this is my calling and because kids have a special place, and I usually am good at tracking kids. I mean, if we go back on JJ and Dane and Riker, I mean, they were all correct. Sometimes I can't see what I would like to see. That's just the way that it goes. So that's all I have to say. I wanted to come on here and explain that because I think a lot of people don't get it. Again, the cards were right. Pulled pond. Didn't see him in water, so didn't take it that way. I was seeing more of the wooded surrounding area. That's just what I was seeing it from. So thanks for liking, subscribing, being a part of the channel. I get he was found. We don't need to keep pushing all of that. I understand. Trust me completely. I don't know exactly where, but it's more than likely the pond that they drained. So I can only do what I can do. That's it.